I trained as a nurse in the NHS way back when, and then went up the ranks as staff nurse and ward sister. Then I trained as a community health visitor in Cheshire, and that was a year at university full time. I worked there for a while, so I've always cared for people. And then when I moved up north, up to Horwich, in 1981, long time ago now, I got a job at Bolton College of Nursing as one of the nurse tutors there. So I then moved into teaching nurses the art and craft and the science and discipline of nursing, and to pass on my passion for caring for people. And now I'm retired, I've been retired a lot of years. That passion is still with me, to look after people, to see where people are up to and see if I can help them. So 10 years ago, I began a befriending service, because I lived in Chorley then. I began a befriending service for the people of Chorley, and that's called Friends for You. We became a charity, so we felt very grown up. From that, I began the first of what are now 3 after loss clubs for people who've lost somebody very close to them. And we help about 50 people a week in Chorley in those 3 clubs. Then we had COVID, and that just devastated people's social relationships. People lost husbands, wives, family members, friends to COVID. And so emergence from COVID was difficult for a lot of the people we were helping. And I was challenging myself, saying, Marjorie Hayward, you're supposed to be the loneliness champion of Chorley. What are you going to do about this new challenge? And I came up with the idea of Talkin Tables. I do everything through faith, and I believe it was divine inspiration that gave me the recipe, the formula for this amazing organisation that's built up over the last 4 years. And so it just goes from strength to strength. We started 4 years ago last July in Chorley, and I just started with 5 tables, one each day of the week. And I invited people to come and join me for coffee. I led all the tables. And I really thought it was going to be a 6 to 8 week fix to get people to re-socialise following the restrictions and the isolation of COVID. However, within weeks, we'd outgrown some of the venues in Chorley, so I had to find new ones. We had to open new tables, and so the story has gone on and on and on. I moved to Bolton 3 years ago, began the scheme in Bolton. We've now 20 tables here in Bolton. This is our big 20th one. And it's just amazing because we are reaching lonely people wherever we start a talking table. And that's the whole reason we're doing all this. We're conquering loneliness one table at a time. We are bringing people together one table at a time. The people in Chorley, just because they've been going for so long, they go on weekends away. We've just started that here in Bolton, that people are beginning to go out for days, coach trips. They're beginning to organise holidays away. And in Chorley, they do a cruise every year. All the tables join together, and people who want to go on a cruise go on the Talkin Tables cruise. And you think, this is just phenomenal. Because the key to the success of Talkin Tables is that all you have to do is give people a venue to come together, to be together. They'll do the rest for themselves. You know, people are naturally social and gregarious. People naturally want to make friends. And what Talkin Tables do is give lonely people, or people who are isolated, the chance to do that. Because if you don't knit or crochet or play badminton or squash or golf, how do you get out of loneliness? It's a lifetime fatal condition because it destroys your confidence, it destroys your physical health, it destroys your mental health, and it becomes a downward spiral. So the lonelier you are, the longer it goes on, the more impact it has on who you are. So Talking Tables just is a way out of loneliness, really.
And how do you feel knowing that, that you've created this, what is now moving on to be like a global phenomenon, really, isn't it? I know you said that you've got a table now in India, is it launching?
We launched Talking Tables India last week. We've had Talking Tables Cyprus for 2 or 3 years now. And I'm in negotiation with America and Canada to begin Talking Tables there. Very early stages yet, so it takes a while to get new tables up and running. It thrills the absolute core of me when I get invited to these events and I think, wow, these are people who didn't know how to cope, didn't know how to get out of their own prisons, their own 4 walls that become a prison. And we celebrated the first birthday at Point One in Bolton last week. And one of the gentlemen there had written a poem about coming to Talking Tables and the impact that had made on him. He had us all in tears because it was so moving. Now that's why I do what I do.
Wow.
Just want to reach people, say, come and join us, don't be on your own.